My name is Sandra Oko. Thank you for watching this channel. If this is your very first time of watching this channel, Making a Difference with Sandra, I would like you to please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get more videos from me. Let's go straight into the topic of today, self-discovery to living a purposeful life. There are 7 steps of self-discovery. What are the steps to self-discovery? I'm going to be listing them out for you. To begin with, do you really know yourself well? Are you clear about what you want in life? Do you have a sense of purpose? What defines you? What makes you happy? If you stop to reflect for a second, you may find yourself answering no, or you don't really know, to most of the questions above that I just asked. Should this be true, you are not alone. We are many on this journey to life. But it is important you know and discover yourself. Self-awareness is the key to transformation. Self-discovery. It may also be that while you are happy with some part of your life, there could also be some part of your life that you're not, comfortable about and you don't like. Your dissatisfaction may be an indication that you have got things about your life that are unresolved, the things that you cannot explain. It is possible that you don't really know yourself very well till now, even if you're 30, 40, or 50, or you're more than that age. After all, you have been very busy over the years. A great proportion of your time has been spent working long hours, slaving away in a job, and filling your days with back-to-back activities. Your mind is too preoccupied with things to do, running on the treadmill of life as it was. There are negative consequences from not knowing yourself well. There comes a time when you have to wonder more about who you are in this existence. Why are you here? Why are you? The moment you are able to know the why of your existence, then you are on the path of self-discovery. And when you look deeper, you will realize that you have you have not been fulfilled. You've gotten much fulfillment from the work, maybe the work you're doing. Even though that the area that you have spent the most time of your life, you have spent so much time, making a living, earning life, and just going. But you are not yet satisfied with your life. You also see that you have no clear idea of who you really are and what you like in life, where to go from here. The lack of awareness can impact you, not just emotionally or mentally, but also spiritually. How self-discovery is related to the law of attraction is obvious. If you have no clear idea of where you are going, you will have no clarity of what you want to seek. Your desires and intentions would be vague, as you don't have a clarity of what your next step is. So you need to know where you're going. By virtue of law of attraction, it will be hard to attract the outcome that it will be hard for you to attract the outcomes that you want, because your intention is not yet clear and sincerely true. They said where there is no vision, there is no restriction. You're here and there. But where there is vision, where there is a goal, you have a purpose and you're determined and you're focused. And you know what your next step is. The blockages to self-discovery. Recently, it dawned on me that many of my friends experience the same blockages to self-discovery that I just listed above. While they agree with me the importance of knowing oneself, there is a need to know yourself. They found it challenging to do so. On reflection, I realized that their current state was how it was for me previously. And I will tell you today, I've made a tremendous, breakthrough. I have improved in the part of discovering myself. I'm not yet there too, like others and most of you that are watching me. I'm on the path of discovering myself too. As much as, I want you to be in that path. It took me a long time to decide or to commit to knowing more about myself. So ask yourself if the following is true of you. Step 1, it says self-discovery, the fear of finding your demons. You fear the process of examining your life under a microscope. So you're partly hiding one thing or the other. There is the fear of discovering that there can be demons in the closet. What terrifies you is that in the process of self-discovery, you can come to the conclusion that you are worthless, not knowing what your worth is, or that you are not very likable person. Rather than put yourself in pain, you would prefer to just stay unaware. You don't want to know yourself, and you don't want to know what are these demons, and you pretend that everything is going on right for you. I would encourage you to come out, because the moment your problem is, known, it is 50% solved. So, from young, you are also taught to appear strong. Most of us are taught to appear strong. We don't cry. We don't display signs of weakness. Just because we don't want, people to look down on us emotionally, that we're not strong there, and I want to encourage you and let you know that there is nothing wrong, in showing that you're weak, because it's once you're able to know what the problem or the issues are, you're able to discover yourself, and you're able to help yourself to get on the part of self-discovery. And so you believe that there is no place for weeping, and if you want to get ahead in life, you must know yourself by acknowledging that who you really are. You really must know who you really are and why you're here, why you're existing. You are afraid that others may find out the same truth about you, so you're probably hiding. You feel losing their friendship, hence you prefer that others do not know about you or any signs of vulnerability or weakness that you have. It can be hard to admit that you are not all great. Especially that if you are holding a leadership position, your ego is at stake. You prefer not to put on a mask rather than be your true, authentic self. When you avoid the process of self-discovery, you are basically in denial of your authentic self. Behind the facade and the outward appearance, as in sabotaging your thoughts and beliefs, well, because you have never confronted your demons, they are still very much alive. You may not realize that, but they're probably the reasons why success has eluded you, or why you have never been truly happy. Step 2 to self-discovery: lack of self-love. A lot of us most times do not love ourselves. Learn how to love yourself unconditionally. You learn how to love yourself unconditionally. You may have never been taught to love yourself from young. There are families, that's at a very early stage in life. It is always good as parents to show your children that you love them by, the words you say, by patting them, hugging them. Those are signs that children grow up with, and they tend to grow up and loving themselves, because they've grown in an environment where there's so much love, there's so much hugging, there's so much holding of hands, and encouraging. Yeah, how can it be possible to love and accept yourself if you have never been in that in that environment? So you have grown up not really knowing who you really are or what your strengths are, and there has never been a need to, in any case, since it has never been about others. You crave for social acceptance. It will seem far better to adopt traits, ideas, and behaviors of people who are popular and those whom you choose to emulate. You believe that there is nothing worthy within to find out, based on your low self-esteem. The lack of love leads to low self-esteem. I'm going to go. Step 3 says it is best to stifle your creativity and dreams. And these are blockages to self-discovery. You may have also been taught that it is best to stifle your dream. It is easier to make a living on a banking degree than on dabbling in arts. You were taught at the age of 7, or you were taught to choose a career choice based on what will be more financially viable by the marketplace than your own personal likes and national inclinations. And even while you have an innate talent for art, you come to the conclusion that it is best not to develop it. And that's what happens a lot of times. A lot of times we get into the university, we read degrees and courses that our parents, wants us to be. You probably want to become a civil engineer, and your dad is like, no, you need to be a doctor because we need a doctor in the family. So a lot of times we find out that it is not best that you stifle your dream. He said as you grow older, you have fewer and fewer dreams. After all, dreams seldom come true. You say, the dreams you once had as a child were left to die. Dreams are illustrations, and from the book your soul is writing about right now. And that's why I said, these are blockages to self-discovery, because you've left those inclinations, those things you love, those things that would have been, they're your passion, when you have gone after other people's dreams, other people's ideas, or what they think of you. Step 4 says self-discovery. Too much of noise. There's a lot of distractions around you. There is so much noise and stress in your life that there is hardly any time off for self-discovery. There's hardly any time for you to reflect in. You lead a busy lifestyle with important deadlines to fulfill, and schedules that need to run like clockwork. You simply do not have the time to find answers that may or may not result in paying the bills for you. And you would rather continue life as before, rather than having to discover yourself. If you have been functioning so far, why rock the boat? Sincerely, the noise around you are too much. You need to reflect. In your environment, you may find out that what thrives are mindless gossips, unfair comparison, snide remarks, and thoughtless comments. If your thoughts are filled with this mental defilement, it will be hard to find the space for more loving and kind thoughts. The process of self-discovery is not just about finding negative about yourself. It is also finding love for yourself and nurturing yourself. Step to discovering yourself. You need to discover yourself. As I told you earlier, I said self-awareness is the key to transformation. It's the key to your breakthrough. And it says, step 1, self-discovery. Face your demons. You have to battle it. You have to combat that problem. It says, understandably, examining your life under a microscope can be discomforting and an unpleasant exercise. I know. I have been there before, and I've been through that part too. However, you'll be grateful for starting the process of self-discovery, because rewards unfold when you know more about yourself. When you get to know more about yourself, you are happier, you're on the path of destiny, you're fulfilling purpose, you're discovering yourself, you're working in that path. You need to confront your emotional issues and weakness. How far, anyhow, anyway, you need to confront it. Because it is written, I think there's a word that says, if you run away from your problems, you run away from your battles, you run away from your demons, you will live to fight it thereafter. Maybe 10 years time, 20 years, and you never know, you may never have time on your side, because they reveal the separation from the real you. From the real you. The real you is an authentic, a loving, nurturing self of you. However, this disharmony, negative beliefs tend to pervade every aspect of your life. If you have feelings of low self-worth, then you are likely to carry them in relationships you have at home, even in the office, even with your friends and relatives and loved ones. If you find yourself coming up short, do not beat yourself up. Instead, understand the separation and see if you can make improvements to your behavior, your thoughts, your emotion. Uncovering answers will help you peel off layer by layer the negative thoughts that have been imprinted in your mind since ages ago. These negative thoughts and beliefs have been your obstacles to inner growth. Learn to forgive yourself. When your outer self is aligned with your inner being, you will feel happy and you will be free. Because a lot of times when we have a lot of issues, all around us, we are tied up, we're stifled, we are not relaxed, and we are not happy. We have a lot, going through our minds. Step 2, self-discovery. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. The process of self-discovery is not just about nasty stuff about yourself. It is also about celebrating yourself, the small victories. For a start, you celebrate who you are by acknowledging your strengths and abilities. You need to acknowledge yourself. As you become more aware of what you are good at, you lessen the list on perceived weakness. Find ways to love yourself. I say you really have to look inward, inside yourself, and find what your inner strength, and say, I am proud of what I am right now. I am this. I am strong. I am going to be myself. That's it. You've got to be proud of yourself. A position of strength can come from knowing that what you enjoy. List down activities that you like doing currently or have enjoyed in time past. Find out what makes your heart sing. Find out what keeps you excited. Find out what inspires you. These are the things that strengthens the sense of yourself. These are things that strengthen, and you've got to celebrate yourself. Small victories, every time you get them, celebrate it. Step 3, it says, ask yourself, what is your life purpose? You must know what your life purpose is. And it says it's important to ask yourself what you want out of life and work towards it. Aligning with your soul purpose brings about fulfillment. Without a purpose and direction, you are going to be like a sheep going nowhere, no direction. And if you're going to continue in this manner, chances are like you are not going to experience chances are like you are going to experience regrets while on your deathbed. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Did you get what I said? The purpose of life is a life of purpose. And it says, start by listing down everything you would like to achieve. What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your vision? The year is coming to an end, and we are probably counting all our blessings, all we've been able to achieve in the last 11 to 12 months. But now we are stepping into a great year, 2022. And probably you're asking yourself, what am I going to do right next year, 2022? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your purpose? What is your vision? You need to start listing them down now. The ones that stand out is the one that has probably made you cry, or that has resonated best with you. You may also want to use the opportunity to consider your life goals in all aspects: physical, mental, and spiritual life goals. Step 4. Self-discovery. Clarify your core goals. You need to know what are your core goals. It says in the questioning process, ask yourself what your personal values are. What are the values you are attracted to? Core values will be things like compassion, honesty, love, kindness, loyalty, integrity. Clarifying your core values will give you an exact picture of who you really are. When I first worked on my self-discovery, I was dismayed to find out that I have had no clear idea what my core values are. I felt as if I have no personal identity at all. Later on in an exercise, I worked on clarifying what my values are in life, in each role, such as being a mother, a wife, a daughter, and an entrepreneur. Knowing what your core values are forms a solid anchor for decision making. You no longer sabotage yourself by going back and forth, unsure of what you stand for. By clarifying your core values through self-discovery, you raise your opportunity for success in anything that you do. So you need to discover yourself. What are your core values? Step 5. Self-discovery. Find inspiration from positive things around you. There are always positive and negative things around you. You need to find inspiration from those positive things around you, and let the negative things be there. Ignore them. Self-improvement books have been particularly very helpful for me and a lot of my friends in discovering more about myself. They include Law of Attraction. Yeah, the books have prompted me to ask questions like about myself and how I would want to live my life. And I would want you to look for such books, that ask you questions about what and why are you here? What is the reason for your existence? And if you still find it difficult to know yourself, look for books, teachers, coaches who can help you bring out the best in you. Being with nature is also a good idea. It is easier to connect with your authentic self when you are more relaxed. The answers that you seek while in a state of mental relaxation surface more easily. And so that's why a lot of times I say you need to quiet the noise around you. You need to be in a relaxed atmosphere so that you're able to discover, and you find that those things that are positive, surface and they come up easily to you, and you're able, to get inspiration from those positive things. Step 6 to self-discovery: spend time for self-reflection and meditation. And it is so key. You need to give out time to that. You say, to know a person is to spend time with him or her. In the same manner, to build a relationship with yourself, you need to spend time getting to know more about yourself. You cannot know yourself well if you're constantly surrounded by lots of noise, friends and family, or if you're always preoccupied in your mind with things to do. You need to be quiet. You need to look inward. You need to find out those things that resonate with you, that are positive, and you need to meditate on them. Say, to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance, said by Oscar Wilde. He says, to kickstart the process of self-discovery, it may be a good idea to go on a meditation retreat. This is especially if you find it hard to think clearly amidst the everyday mayhem that is going on in your life. To know yourself intimately, make an exclusive date away from your spouse or partner, kids, colleagues, boss or parents. Time alone to meditate and to reflect is key. It cannot be overemphasized. It's a productive time. It is not a wasted time. You cannot expect to function well physically every day if you are out of balance in other aspects, such as mentally and spiritually. Very importantly, consider putting aside me time. Have a me time on a regular basis. For myself, I choose to spend time meditating, reading books, or simply just be alone. Simply just be me. I have my own me time. I want to be alone. No noise around me. I want to look inward. I want to reflect. And I'm sure you should be doing that. This should be part of your plans for 2022. Step 7 says, step 7 to self-discovery: journaling. Get to know yourself better through the process of journaling. This is key. A lot of times you will see me carrying a lot of books with me, having a pen and a book, writing things, because a lot of times things just come to mind. And you tend not want to forget it, you want to have it, you want to remember it. It is always good to put them, down. There's a saying that says, the shortest pencil is better than the longest memory. Get to know yourself better through the process of journaling. Write about your likes and your dislikes and reactions to your various experiences in life. As you write, you are connecting to your authentic self, your true self. Your posts can provide much needed clues about your emotions, your strengths, your weaknesses, and areas that you never knew about yourself. They provide an opportunity for you to heal and to grow. These are all steps for you to grow in life. A life of self-discovery cannot be overemphasized. We need it in this age. We need it this time. Our families, everyone around us needs it, because a lifetime of self-discovery makes you, and your true picture, your true self, knowing your purpose, knowing why you are on this side of the planet. He says the key to living a true life is to be authentic, be true, be who you are. Have the courage to say no when you need to say no. Stand in your own divinity. Self-discovery is not a one day or a 1 week affair. It's a lifelong affair. Traditionally, self-discovery is simply known as discovering something about yourself, which is easy enough to understand. Most people associate self-discovery with taking a personality test like Myers-Briggs, or doing some soul searching to figure out their dream career, what their dream career is. However, self-discovery goes beyond just finding out your personality type or your perfect job. In fact, self-discovery is it's in every aspect of our personal development. We need to go through that. Why, yes, the previous examples can be, I mentioned, do fall under this umbrella. But what many don't know is just how deep self-discovery can go when exploring these parts of personal development. It's all a personal development issues, and we need to get it right by discovering ourselves very early. It is not too late to discover yourself. It's not too late for you to discover yourself. It's not too late at all for you to discover yourself, ready to, for you to be able to truly connect who you are and what you want. Get a self-discovery coach and get books on self-discovery. Let's get down to basics and explore some other different exciting aspects of self-discovery. Why discovering your passion? Is there anything in your life that you can happily spend time on for hours, and completely, you are so engrossed with it and completely you lose track of your day? Discovering your passion is one of the most exciting parts of self-exploration, because there can be a wide range of possibilities that you aren't even aware of yet. Plus, they can change and develop as you get older. These are things, as you grow and you grow older, you get to discover yourself, and you change. Change is the only constant thing. If you are not quite sure if you have any passion, simply take 10 minutes a day to explore something that interests you. This could literally be anything like, researching on a new sport, or signing up for an art class. Maybe you invested in a fancy camera in the past and it's been collecting dust for too long. Take it out, look up some YouTube videos or things and explore some tutorial on Pinterest, and start dedicating some time to see if this interest transform into something bigger. For me, writing has always been my biggest passion, which I discovered at a very young age. While writing short stories in elementary school, later in life, after graduating high school, I developed a passion for, writing. I love writing. I pursue, some passion of, writing. Writing different things, journaling. I make sure when I'm in church or attend any meeting, I have a very good note. Even in class, my notes, sometimes some of my classmates, they call me stenographer. Figuring out, you understand? And, it's fun, they call you can write everything, anything. In conclusion, I would like to encourage you. Self-awareness is key. It's your key to transforming your life. It's key to becoming who you really are, who you really would love to be. And you don't want to go back on the life or path of regrets, that I never did this, I never became who I wanted to be. You need to get into the part of self-discovery today. Get to know yourself, the things you like, the things you would love to do. Get to know it and be in that part of self-discovery. Thank you.